Well, hello, and welcome to the Woke Africa show. Um, I actually come online without, my camera for a reason. The first reason is that most of the time, I would, return from work and I, try to do the live whilst I do other things. But also sometimes it's just because I want your focus. I want you to focus on the message and not so much my image. So sometimes I'll come to you live, with my image, and sometimes I won't. But all the same, I think the purpose for which I've come to you tonight is so powerful, is so great that you will come to understand why this session has become so important to me. And when you play back the video, you would come to the same realization. So my message today is that you are a vortex. You are a vortex. So do not give your power away. Do not just give your power away, because you are the vortex. Within you is the power. Now we're going to look at the life of a vortex and its significance, what it is, what it does. When we say a vortex, we can liken it to celestial beings, celestial objects, celestial bodies that have been described to fit the exact narrative of a vortex. And we can easily align it to the black hole. Okay, the characteristics of the black hole that they tell us is out there. Now, what is a black hole? A black hole is an immense body of pure energy that has imploded upon itself and has become a supernatural force that sweeps around space. And according to Western science, Western astrology and science, they say that this vortex or this black hole, goes through the universe. It travels through the universe, devouring planets, devouring suns, and giving off massive, massive, massive energy. And according to Western science, it is within the disk of dust that circulates or circumvents this black hole, this massive force, that suns and planets are created. So a vortex, this pure form of energy, this pure blackness, this pure energy that is a creative being, this pure energy that is a form, or not a form, that is the mother of nature, this pure black energy, this pure black existence that scientists call a black hole, is a vortex. It is a vortex. And I came here today to just speak to anyone that will listen that there is a reason, there is a reason that is not known to so many people. There is a reason Why? Certain knowledge, certain wisdoms, certain knowings have been hidden. Not just hidden, but taken from and separated from the knowing of the black man and the black woman. And the reason for this is because you may not know. The reason is this: you may not know, but your mere existence, the mere existence of powerful black people, the mere existence of powerful black people, the powerful black nation means that nature will do what nature will do for as long as the ancient ones continue to reincarnate onto this earth, onto this plane. Nature, listen to me carefully. Nature will continue to do what it has to do, what it has been set to do from the onset of creation that you and I exist. So I want us to take a look at something. Me. Okay. So as I was saying, greetings, my art on a journey. Greetings, Queen. Thanks for popping in. Hello. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you in Ghana soon. I've actually um I've actually been looking forward to hearing from you. Please let me know when the time is closest to your coming to Ghana, and I can definitely um just prepare for you. So yeah, fantastic. Just keep working on it, and when the time is up, I'll be here for you. So what I am getting at is that if you look at Hollywood movies, I don't know if you're someone who is really interested in Hollywood movies, and then um you come across certain movies that are how would I call it? Certain movies that have some kind of mysticism to it, okay? And whenever they bring in black people and put them in this position of power, it is them trying to tell you what you don't know. They do this science fiction movies, and all of a sudden a black man can shoot fire from his hands, or a black man can levitate. A black person is some kind of a super figure, who always end up getting murdered in a very gruesome way, one way or another, or their powers gets taken away from them. um and you look at all these movies, and we sometimes take it for granted that these are movies, but really these are not movies. These are literally, if you know that you live in a matrix, then these are literally truths that are hidden in a form of entertainment. And seriously, you should know that movies contain a lot of truths and facts, because people have been conditioned to think movies are just movies that they watch for entertainment. But no, for some people, it is a means of communication. For some elitist secret societies, it's a means of communication. So when you're watching all these science uh, fiction, in quotes, movies, pay attention. Pay attention, because the truth is always interwoven in between the lines, and you can pick it up. So I started watching, paying attention to these movies, um, when this whole double Big Mac. I'm sure Dr. Mumbi says that a lot, so you guys know what that means. Um, issue started, and I started learning a lot about you know the Black nation. I started learning a lot about all that we've been through, the mind control, the negative narratives, and all of that. And I actually came across several materials that explained into details how some of the very key information is hidden in movies, or not hidden at all, just shown in plain sight, and people just kind of think it is for entertainment. So I started to track if there's any truth in that fact that a lot of these movies they showed actually have truths in it. I want to track the truth of my story as a Black woman. I want to track the truth of my story as a Black woman. Everything that I've learned about who the Black person is, I'm going to try and track it. Is it true that our power was stolen? Is it true that our stories were stolen? Is it true that, you know, we are animals living on trees? What is it? What is it that they say our story is in their form of fiction, as they call it? So I started to follow. And as I start to follow, I kept realizing that the undertones of what is shown, okay, what is shown as Black people in the movie has always started from a place of strength, a place of power. No matter how, you know, they try to portray the end, pay attention to the beginning. Pay attention to the beginning. It's either a people that are coming from a place of peace that is suddenly destroyed. And if you look at these stories, I mean, think about any movie that you've watched that is coming from, you know, a powered Black individual, okay, and you look at the trajectory of the story, it brings you to a point that you always realize that they take us from a place of power, and as the movie goes to the end, that power some way somehow gets destroyed by the light opponent. And I'm not even going to say use their term, because I'm trying for us to focus on the realities of our stories. So I'm not going to say anything that makes it sound racist, because that's not what this is about. So if you're listening to this, you should listen to it with an open mind, with a higher vibration, a higher functioning vibration, to understand, to see, to let your mind's eye see, to let your pineal gland take action. So you see that whenever there's a black hero or a black person with supernatural powers, they either end up in the movie getting destroyed, or end up being made irrelevant, or end up making that power become ordinary in the end to that of the opposing side. Okay. And when I say the opposing side, I would say that those that see themselves as more superior to the black man, they always ensure that whenever there is a black man in the movie or a black woman in a movie that is powered, that is strong, that is, in tune with nature, that is in direct, perfect unison relations with nature, and nature bestows all this kind of supernatural power on this person, in the end they start writing the story by telling the truth about our power. Is somebody hearing me? They start telling the truth within those stories where black people have some kind of supernatural powers. They start by writing the truth. They start by making it so effortless. Haven't you ever felt like it's so effortless when a black person in a powered movie or superhero movie or scientifically celestial kind of movies, when black people are put in character that makes them have some kind of power, you feel comfortable with that power. You feel the warmness, you feel the goodness in that person. But at the same time, you see that when it's getting to the end of the movie, that power is either taken away by those that find themselves, think of themselves as more superior than the black race. You find that that power is either taken away, or that black person is made to freely give that power up because they don't want to hurt anybody. Oh, because if they give up that power, then they're stronger. Oh, because they have to use that power to save those people. And you know who I'm talking about. They have to use that power to save those people so that they can feel good by the standards of the same people that colonized him, her, and her ancestors, or ancestors before her or him. So you would see this is psychological, and I want you to travel with me because we are going somewhere. So you'll see that they start to tell the truth about you, black man, black woman, in that powered movie. And I can cite a lot of it. Look at Black Panther. In the end, um Black Panther had to go and fight some war that some of their cosmic ancestors started. So the frontier, the last place or the final frontier of the war was where was it? Where was it? It was staged in Wakanda, in Wakanda City, right? And look at all the destruction that came to the city, because people are watching Black Panther and they're only watching the fact that, oh, that's a black man and he's in suit and he's a superhero and all of that. Yes, but the minute these people find that power, they either make you give it away in service of them, or they make you think that power, if you use it for yourself, no, 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 it is too selfish, it's too self-centered to use a little bit of that power that is within you to promote your own personal agenda, your own personal interest. So you see, they come with them with the distraction, and then in the end, when the distraction is created, of course they have two faces. They create the distraction, and then they are the heroes, and then you give your power freely because you're helping the heroes solve the problem. Who created the problem? Who did? So they make these movies, and just recently they put another one on Netflix. The name of that movie is The Sandman, and you see how they show the power of the black man, the power of the black woman, and makes this black woman, gives up her power, destroys her power in the end, because if she doesn't, then she would destroy the entire world and everything that is living in it. Oh, she will destroy everything. This is a psychological war, because the time for the black man, black woman to rise is now. Either the black man knows it, either the black woman knows it, either they believe it or they don't believe it. The time has come for the black man and black woman to resurrect into him or her God self, to resurrect back into the Elohim. The weather is changing. It doesn't even matter whether you believe what I'm saying or you don't believe what I'm saying. It doesn't even matter, because the weather in itself is changing. But you see, the most important commodity for your enemies, for the enemies of our souls, for those that seek to promote and put themselves above us, is that they need you to give up that power freely for them. So they bring up all these black powered characters in the movies. They make you fall in love with these characters. And in every good movie, in every movie that is good, in every movie that you would pay to see, you will see that you sometimes forget that you are watching a movie. Why do you sometimes forget that you're watching a movie when you're watching a really good movie? It's because you put yourself in the shoes of that character. The mind is tricky. You put yourself in the shoes of that character. And when you put yourself in the shoes of that character and you love that character, when you put yourself in the place of that character in your mind, when you become that character in your mind, you are doing everything that character is doing in the movie, because in that instant, you are that character in your mind. Sometimes some people cry when they watch movies. Why do they cry when they watch movies? Because they are so lost in that movie that their physical being is responding to the action that is in that movie. That is how psychological it is. And you think such a powerful weapon will not be used by those who seek to put themselves above the black gods and goddesses. You think they will not use it. That second, that minute, that 1 hour, that 30 minutes that your brain has forgotten that it is not in that movie, you have become what it is that you have become one with in that movie, whatever character it is. And your mind is creating, is bringing into existence. Listen carefully. Your mind is creation. Your mind is powerful, black man, black woman. Your mind is creating that thing or that character or whatever that character is doing. As you've become one, your mind is living that character. So when they create these movies that ends up with a black woman, a powerful black woman, a powerful black man losing that power for the greater good, that character that you love, that movie character that you love, ends up getting their powers stolen from them, ends up getting given up willingly the power that is expressed in that narrative. What you're doing unknowingly is you're letting your brain power. You are letting your brain power create that reality for your oppressor. Is somebody hearing me? You are lending your brain, your powerfully creative brain, to your oppressor to steal your power in the name of a kind of goodness that they have described to you. Your mind has been preconditioned of what is good and bad. Every single powered black superhero goes in to save the white man in the end, the white woman in the end, the white child in the end. And I'm not saying that saving somebody is wrong. No. But you, black man, black woman, is a vortex. You are a vortex of pure form of energy. You are a god and a goddess having an experience in this forgetfulness. You are having an experience in this planet or in this plane of self-forgetfulness. It is believed that when the black man or the black woman is born to this plane, most of the time they think they're coming here for like 7 minutes. They end up spending 70 years in this plane. But when they go back to their powerful selves, it feels like they've been here for 7 minutes. It's just like when you go to bed, you think you're dreaming for such a short time. But in that dream world, everything that you have lived in that dream world is actually a reality. So you should go see the Sandman, but you should guard your mind. And when you watch that movie, tell yourself that you do not give your permission for your power to be taken from you. You do not give your permission for yourself to give up the power that is within you, because vortexes are not created. Vortexes are not made. Vortexes happen. Why do you think vortexes happen? Because vortexes are pure form of energy and they are eternal. You are eternal, black man. You are eternal, black woman. Listen, nature will respond. Nature will cleanse itself. Nature would respond. Either you believe it or you don't. The fact that you are existing on this plane, nature will respond to you. And it doesn't matter if you believe it or not. It doesn't matter if it is something you ascribe to or not. You are a vortex. And if you see the Sandman, yes, if you go to Netflix and you see the Sandman in the TV series, the black girl or the black woman that was the vortex, she had no idea what she was or what her power was, but that power was taken into effect. It was doing what it was supposed to do, to cleanse every evil. But the evil supposedly is good. Of course, the narrator will write it according to his life story. But when you study it, and it's the same. It's the same. When you bring it to this reality, is it not the same? Before, in the beginning, the black man was powerful, the black woman was a powerful being. Then what happened? His world was overtaken by those that seek to place themselves above him, above her. What are we going to do as black people? Are we going to continue to be conscientized into giving up our power? So I want to challenge somebody. I want to challenge somebody tonight. Going forward, if you watch any movies are powerful. Don't take this for granted. If you watch any movie that has a powered black superhero, or ends up in some kind of freak kind of accident or kind of way, you should be able to say, I do not give my permission. I do not give my permission. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Great, great. So if you're here and you're listening to me, just say hi. Let me know you're here. Let me know you're listening. So, as I was saying, by immersing yourself in that movie, not knowing what the end game is, not knowing what the end game is, what happens? You are lending your creative mind power to this created narration, and you are giving up your power as a black man or a black woman. If you haven't seen the entire or heard the entire length of this video, I suggest you go and do a playback and you listen to where we are coming from and where we are going and where we are at now. So when you watch these movies, when you watch these narratives, and they always end up with the black man dying in some horrible ways, black woman dying in some horrible ways, or giving up their power in some way, you should immediately say, no, I do not consent to this. I do not give up my power. I do not give up. You cannot, you don't have the permission to take anything from a black woman or a black man. Do not lend your brain power to anything that seeks to take away the power of a black man or the black woman. Do not lend your mind power, because your mind as a black man, as a black woman, is the most powerful thing, is the most powerful thing that you can ever come across or experience. That is where your creative power lies. Within it is where your creative power lies. So I just wanted to come here and encourage you to keep strong. For all our brothers and sisters who have left Babylon and have settled in all parts of Africa, for all our brothers and sisters who are thinking of moving across continents to come, to come to Africa or any part where there is black nation, courage and strength to you, because that is exactly where you're supposed to be, exactly at the time that you decided to move. The weather is changing, people. Have you felt it? In the past couple of weeks, it's literally so cold in Ghana where I live. It's just literally so cold. The weather has changed and it's not even raining. And it's literally so cold. I can sleep without an air condition. It's literally so cold. A weather that we haven't experienced in such a very long time. The weather is changing. I don't know where you live. Is the weather changing? Are you seeing changes? Huge underground forests are popping up everywhere, all around the continent, all around the world. Mother Earth is shedding this crust. She is shedding this crust and renewing herself, rebuilding herself. And just for the mere fact that a black man, the black woman is existing on this plane, trust me, everything evil shall be wiped out. everything evil shall be wiped out. Have a conversation with your higher self. Reconnect with your roots, with your ancestors, and let them be your guide. Because that third voice, apart from your thinking brain, that third voice in your head, yes, that is your higher self. Allow it to connect with you. Allow it to open your eyes to see your pineal gland is there. I just want to thank you guys so much for making time to listen. Before I go, I want to say big shouts to all those who support this channel on Patreon. I want to thank every single one of you on our WhatsApp groups and pages. I want to thank every single person that comes to listen to me when I don't even give fair notice or advance notice. But every single person that comes to listen to me, I want to say a huge thank you. Shouts to you. Continue to keep awakening. Continue to keep learning, because African spirituality is literally about learning. Learning about your own owner's manual. Have a fantastic evening, everyone. Till we meet again, peace and love to everyone. Ashe.